Thanks for staying with us. The focus in the trial within a trial probing the killing of soccer star Senzo Meyiwa has now shifted to the pointings out of the crime scene by accused number 1, Muzi Sibiya. The defense contends that Sibiya was tortured on several occasions and forced to participate. Lieutenant Colonel Nkosikhona Hadebe is currently on the stand and also disputes that Sibiya was assaulted. An interpreter who was also present during the accused number 2's alleged confession testified he was willing to make the admission. For more on this, let's speak now to SABC News Reporter Sipho Kekana, who has been following this particular murder trial for us. Sipho, it certainly is a lot of focus around whether or not they were tortured, whether or not they made these particular statements voluntarily.
Indeed, Bongiwe, good evening. So Magistrate Vivian Cronet, who concluded her cross-examination, was grilled on why she failed to act on the day that Ntanzi was brought to her for the alleged confession, as Ntanzi had already been in prison for 8 days without appearing in court. Let's take a listen.
Why did you proceed with someone who had indicated to you that he was in an unlawful detention from the 16th of June? Why did you proceed in taking down the statement from a person who had been kept in an unlawful detention?
Hy was verdedig op daai stadium. Hy was begeerig om die verklaring te maak op daai stadium.
He was represented at that stage. He wanted to. It was from him. He's the one who showed that desire to speak or to say something at the time.
Op daardie stadium was ek van oordeel gewees dat dit nie nodig was om die verrigtinge tot 'n stop te bring.
And at that particular time, I also did not consider it, or also not consider. I also did not see it necessary or deem it necessary to bring the proceedings to a halt or to stop with the proceedings.
So Bongiwe, Cronet also admitted that the manner in which law enforcement brought Ntanzi to her was unusual. Let's take a listen again.
This was the first incident that you witnessed or that you came across with from your experience, to see an accused person being brought by heavily armed police officials.
Dis korrek.
That is correct.
A court interpreter who was present when Ntanzi made the alleged submission testified that by her observation, Ntanzi made that confession. It was not, when he made that confession, it was not under any duress. Let's take a listen.
My Lord, my overall impression was that, of course, looking at the demeanor of the suspect at the time, he appeared to me like somebody who really wanted to speak whatever it was that he wanted to say.
Are you able to perhaps say why you were of that view?
Well, because if I may just fast forward a bit, when the rights were explained to him, and the fact that he was not compelled in any way to make a statement, his specific words were, I really want to speak. I just want to say this. If I can say it in Zulu, my Lord, he said,
nor had she witnessed any injuries on his body. Let's take a listen.
And do you remember if the suspect had any injuries?
Not at all, sir.
Then the focus turned to the alleged pointings out of the crime scene by accused number 1, Muzi Sibiya, which his lawyers are challenging and say were conducted after he was tortured. Let's cue that in.
The nature of the assault was choked with a plastic bag in his face. Will you comment on that?
My Lord, I don't have any comment on that, but I believe that he would have reported that too.
Now, cross-examination will continue tomorrow with Hadebe back in the hot seat.
And it'll be interesting to see what else comes out. That was SABC News reporter Sipho Kekana with developments into the ongoing Senzo Meyiwa murder trial.